Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Let's Stay Gamers, and welcome. So it's Monday, and Monday means one thing: we're taking a look at another beautiful ship from the Steam Workshop. Now, this is the Centurion Light Cruiser by Piztech, and I have to say it has a beautiful combination of curves, shapes, all sorts of fascinating little areas with beautiful detailed elements. So we'll do what we do usually: we'll start at the front, we'll work our way to the rear, and then we'll go inside to see the interior. So starting at the front of the ship, the first thing that catches your eye is this beautiful sort of antenna array. So down here he's created that simply just by adding a wheel, cutting it down, and then cutting down a few other blocks and adding some pillars to the end of it. And a lot of people do this, they add their light to the end, and it creates a very simple sort of antenna array. Now in the center of the front area we have the hangar for fast deployment straight out the front, straight into the action. And above that we have the blast doors for a bit more detailing. Now, what I really like about this front area is how it's shaped these two V's on top of each other, protecting the antenna array, but also offering protection from the sides to the hangar bay. Now, as we work our way onto the top and bottom, you're going to see a lot of modded turrets on this particular design, but the main idea of this that I really like is how he's created the ribbon and then he's contrasted it in colour. So we've got these large dark ribs in the centre, we've also got the blast door ribs that go down the centre of the hull as well, really nice. It looks like it's a reinforced sort of backbone of the ship itself, and we've got the thrusters nicely slid in the side, and you can see he's added a little bit of blue, and then he's added white into the centre, and from a distance it just really contrasts and looks really lovely. And go a little bit further down, he's done something a little bit different here as well, more sort of reinforcement style paneling, and in the center there we actually have a combination of turrets, and we also have some nice little vented areas as well, just creating more detail within design. And you can see I've repeated that area at the front. Now, as I go around the bottom, we'll have a quick look, and you can see it's pretty much a repeat of the top itself, another really strong reinforced backbone, and this sort of ribbed armored area is perfect for ramming as well. If someone rams into that, them armored blocks really do take a beating, and you can cut someone's ship in half. So you can see we've got some of the larger turrets on the bottom, as well as some anti-fighter turrets on the side. And then this is where the design gets even more fascinating. So we reduce the scale of the ship inwards, and you can see this lovely slanted area, and then it goes into the rib work there itself, creating even more detail. You can see there's just a lot going on, a lot of detailed areas. We've got kind of a repeat of that area down there, but in a different sort of style. So the ribbons coming over the top area here, reinforcing this particular area, but at the same time we've got this detailing of this like pointy arrowed part that just really contrasts with the design. It just makes it look exceptionally cool. On the side here we've got a little connector for a quick resupply point for the whole ship if we need to. And up into this center area, it reminds me of like some sort of engine venting area, but it's purely aesthetic, sort of pleasing values. See, we've got the lights on both sides of that, and it just casts that really nice shadow and creates some depth within the design itself. So coming up on the top, we've obviously got ourselves the deck guns. So we've got the thruster below this one, we've got a single barreled one, and we've got the double barreled one behind there, both protected quite well by the side thrusters. This one particularly probably is going to only be able to actually aim up due to its housing in that lower area. So if we come a little bit further back, you can actually see we've got the bridge area itself. The front area of the bridge is all glass, so a little bit exposed, a little bit dangerous, but at the same time it does look absolutely stunning as you just put these little black highlights in areas as the thruster comes out into the side. And now this is one of my favorite areas of this sort of ship, and a lot of people can try to integrate a circle or sort of a circle shape into the side of a very rectangular design, and they don't get away with it, but this is just demonstration of how you can do it. You can see we've got the black outer edge, we've got the white inner, and everything just kind of sort of smoothly goes into each other. And in the center here we have the massive ion thruster. I think that's a specialist mod, I can't remember what it's called, but around it we've got these little ion thrusters that have been housed in this blue housing, and we've got these little gaps between it, and these gaps are great for creating detail within the design itself. Just lovely. And the design gets even more exciting from an aesthetic sort of area as we go to the back. So you can see we've got this layered sort of fin that comes down with these dark sort of depth areas in there. You can see how that actually sticks out from the side. Just looks so lovely. Let's move around to the actual main thrust pack on the back. You can obviously see we've got these massive armaments at the back as well, but we have the main thruster. And what I really like about this is how well it's protected between these two massive sort of fins that come out the side, as well as the thrusters that are tucked inside there. Just look at that, absolutely magnificent design. You can see he's also tucked a little antenna there, and then into this area it looks like a little vent, a little fin that's coming out the side, and he's kind of designed all these areas at the back to look like thrusters, but also a way of maybe venting excess gases and things that these massive engines are probably going to put out. So if we go around the bottom, you can also see how he's vented this area in with another thruster, and he's just tidied everything into some beautiful detailed work. Let's go inside and see what it's all about. So to go inside, I'm actually going to enter through the front hangar. So the front hangar is where all the ships, and the inside of the ships didn't blow you away as much as the outside did. This is a fully fitted light cruiser with enough little fighters to cause some extreme damage. So you can see we've got the landing pads down here at the bottom, and these are connected up with, I think it's a landing gear that's underneath each one to hold them securely in place. And what's great about this, these are really quick access, so you could open that hangar and deploy 3 fighters instantly, and then with a little bit of moving left and right and lowering these guys down, you could also deploy all these fighters up here. So you've got 2 in that section, 2 in the middle, a total of 6 fighters up top. But just look how cool this upper deck area looks as well. So you can see they could drop down and then deploy out the front. So you've just got this nice little catwalk with an area. Let's spawn a character in just to get a bit of sense of scale. So there's our character. He's very small compared to this colossal hull. Look at these round archways. Just fascinating. Really nice area. It is definitely how you do a hangar bay right there. So let's go to the back of the hangar bay. Once we've exited through all this maintenance section and repair section, we've got this rear area that's once again curved up. Very nice. And let's actually make our way to the bridge through the various segments. So I'm going to move my character up into this position so we lose that sound. I'll just walk you through. So we've got like an airlock where the suits and various fighter equipment is going to be kept. And then as we enter into here, we close up this mini little airlock. Cool little modification. And we have the various cabins for different pilots. So in this section, simple cabin. We've got a bed, we've got a plant, and we have a shower and a sofa. Quite simple. And all these are pretty much repeats of each other. So there we go, another little repeat of that room. Same on that side, and then we've got 6 of them cabins in total. It's quite good because he's kind of thought, well, this ship might require 6 people, or at least we could take 6 people to a location. So in a survival sense, that's quite important because there's not too many players on a Space Engineers server, especially per ship. So you don't really need loads and loads of accommodation for them. So that'll lead us back up to the upper catwalk. Well, let's actually cut through the hull, and we'll take us on a little bit of a disorientating trip through the various layers of different things. So you can see where he's actually hidden all his gyroscopes in this particular section. The area and the connection point to the rear part runs through the central hull of the ship down here. So you can see we have obviously the farm of various what's it called, oxygen farm, and then we have some other little crew cabins that we just explored down below. So by doing this, you can kind of just cut away the traveling through the ship, and you can work out where everything's located. You can also work out if there's a lot of fluff in areas such as this. Like you can see, there's nothing particularly been built into that area. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but look at the processing unit on this guy. This is going to be capable of some serious refining of raw materials. And then we go into the engine pack. So if I go into the engine area down here, you can see we've got the gyroscopes, and we've also got the lovely little, look at this, is a massive jump pack. How many jump packs have we got here? That's enough to get us quite a distance in any direction. Right, so once we've disorientated ourselves enough by coming to the rear, we'll go up to the bridge. Now, there is one other cool room. That is the reactor room. That's down below. But you'll have to explore that yourself and get this ship to have a look around. And there'll be obviously a link down below. So we're up at the bridge itself. We have the computers at the back. We've got a pool table for the captain. Some statistics readouts. Very simple. Access to the upper deck. And let's take this thing for a quick spin. Just see exactly what it's about. We've got the observation area down below. Got a nice big window. And if we find ourselves access on the chair, let's see how this works. I'm expecting great acceleration from them thrusters. Okay. Not amazing acceleration, but for a ship of this size, that's very good. Very good indeed. Let's see what sort of slowdown, sort of speed we've got. Very quick slowdown, so that means we're going to be able to do some pretty interesting battle maneuvers. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Check the link out for the ship in the description below, and I will see you next time.